Welcome everyone. This is Dassault Systems 3D Experience. This is their new all-inclusive product lifecycle management package system, something like this. I will use it, need it for all of the part design things. Collaboration is kind of nice in that, but you know, for what they want to do with this, the combination of aggregating of Delmia, CATIA, Innovia, Similia, and the whole pile of packages of everything they have, I can't say that I am going to use it to its fullest. But be that as it may, having access to it, you never know, what you might get into down the road. Now, the program itself is very, I could say it's cloud-based, but it's more than this. It's so, if you know what Citrix is, it almost feels like a remote app. It's got some quirks to it that are, I find myself trying to be very careful about my wording here, but it's very irritating. How about that? So that's basically the tone of what this is. I have had this for a year or so. I've had the license for this, but we've been using V5 and really been doing a lot of Fusion 360 lately, as you've seen in my previous videos. My channel years ago was started because of CATIA, to try to show that to people. There's not much of that left any longer. But anyways, been doing it a very, very long time. Love CATIA. But as it is, as a lot of people know, the interface is kind of, I guess you'd say old. I don't know if you want to say old. Some people look in and go, oh, what an old interface. It's odd looking to a lot of people that aren't used to it. And they're a lot more used to kind of what you're seeing down here or a ribbon across the top. And I can see that that is what Dassault is going for with this new system here. There are, unfortunately, I feel a lot of problems. So many problems, in fact, that as I was doing this, matter of fact, I should say, I've already done this video once, and I had a hell of a lot of problems with my video capture software, and I was in editing, and I couldn't get it right, and it was just, I was complaining a lot, and just a lot of bitching and moaning, and I thought I'd just redo the whole thing. But in the course of that, of all of these little things that I'm picking out that I don't like about it, I asked myself, well, what do I like about this, And I kind of have to say, I can't off the top of my head think of anything. I honestly cannot think of a thing about this new package that I like better than the way that CATIA V5 has been, for many, many years. And not saying I'm stuck in a mindset like that, because I love Fusion 360. Fusion 360 is absolutely amazing for a free software, and it's actually really, really good for even for charge for software. If you had to pay, $300, $400, $500 for Fusion 360 as the way it is now, I would still say that it's a wonderful piece of software. Its shortcomings are things like surface design, and their assembly is really odd. You really have to kind of get used to that. Now, but I do love it. I do love it. But when it comes to doing anything that you would deem, I hesitate always to use the word professional, because, what the hell does that actually mean? But if I need to make, let's just go straight for surface design. For me, surface design is the biggest deal why I will go back to CATIA. And with Fusion 360, the way that they update things so frequently, I'm expecting that they're going to get there. Just I think it was just a month ago or so, I was really irritated still about the fact that they couldn't create a three-dimensional curve, and they just released that, that you can kind of do that now. It's still not exactly the same. They still don't have a point or a point by three coordinates. I can't understand. I mean, if I was going to write a CAD program, back in 1980 from scratch, the very first thing I think I'd probably write would be, how do you put a point in space with three coordinates, And then after that, you would draw lines. But anyways, it's not there. If I had some of these features like this, well, and a lot more of the surface design stuff, it would be a lot more functional. But anyways, getting back to this software here, I feel that they tried to match what a lot of those other companies were doing, and in the course of doing that, they copied and didn't hit the mark, and they ruined what they already had going on to begin with. Then on that note, I guess I'll go ahead and just get into the program here and show you kind of what I'm talking about, and you can kind of be the judge for yourself on how you can use this. If you're very, very, used to CATIA V5, if you are a strong technical designer that uses the nuances of the tools, not the basics, right? Do you make a circle? You make a circle and a rectangle? Do you think you're a designer? Or do you dig into the other tools, and do you know how to use your environment enough so that you can quickly set it up and set it back to your liking, depending upon the part that you're working on, right? So if you are the type that is relatively new at it, and you like the drop-down menus and the helper things like a circle and whatever, and you never even dreamed of using a tritangent circle, then you will probably love this. If you like to move your toolbars around and you like to break everything out the way you need it per part, then you're going to have a bit of a problem as well with this. So right here's the first kind of, okay, well, it's not the first thing. I'm already logged in. Down in your system tray, after you install, you'll get a little icon that you can click on that will log you into the 3DExperience platform. And that... You don't start the software. You log in first to the platform. Then once you're in the platform, I can show you here. Once you're in the platform, then you have to click this little thing right here. So this is the page you basically get after you log in. You come up here and you hit the 3D model and you scroll down, 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 down until you finally get to part design. I'm already there, but see, look, there's a lot of stuff. It's everything that you have, license for is all here. On one computer I was working on, somehow or another, I ended up with a shortcut to this on the desktop, which would make it more convenient. I have yet figured that out, because this is kind of common too. These little arrows, they have arrows on things that don't do anything, like, oh, now it popped out something. Whatever. Anyways, you'd click this and then it would start up. That's how you start part design. Then, once you get in here, here is your world. Now, I have to get this kind of out of the way too. You have these things up here, these kind of common work areas that they create. And the default one is called common space. And what that means is everybody in your group, if you have a company and you bought a license, your first group, this first common space, is everybody's part. Everybody's part is inside here. So the first thing you need to do, probably, is you got to go to manage. But watch this. I'm assuming it's going to happen because it seems to happen over and over and over again. Let's wait. Let's see. And is it going to work? Oh, no. Oh, I almost thought it was good. See that? Did you see that? Okay, there it is. An error. Well, retrieving this app. And the damn apps. You don't have workbenches anymore. You have apps. So I'm going to hit manage again. And sorry, this is going to be super probably tedious, but maybe it'll drive my point home here. I usually have to hit this 2 to 5 times before I can get this. And why the hell am I doing this? Is this just to show you a point about some new, like where my profile is stored? No. Oh, is it going? Here we go. Now it's loading. You see? This thing is happening. But is this important? Is this just one of my crazy things that I'm just showing you for no reason? Come on. Help me out so I can get to the point here. So right here, this is my collaborative spaces. And under my collaborative spaces, once all the arrows show up here, your default one is common space, and that's where I was saying that everything is stored. And so the very first thing you do is you create a new one, which you have to figure out. Click. Where the hell do I click to make a new one? You actually you got to be in my collaborative space, and then you hit right here and it says new collaborative space, and then you could make one. Okay, so that should help you out. And then you get to my to first project. I guess a double click is in order there, and here you are. Now, why am I here? This is how you open your goddamn part. This is This is as far as I can find. Okay, I should say this. They do appear to have, there's Dropbox, there's Google Drive, and they have their own 3DExperience drive that you can add on. And I'm hoping in a while I'm going to try that, and that will maybe fix this. But now I've got to do some other weird finagling to actually get this to open. So watch this. You come over here, you click it. Nope, that ain't it. You check it, you hit it. Now, if you double click it, that would be the go-to, right? Right. So you double click it, and what you're getting is what they call preview. I'll show you the other thing here, and it opens up. This is very much, like it's a 3D viewer, like a remote view app, and it's taking forever. Here we go. Later will try to edit a lot of this out, but for right now, what I'm trying to get across is all of the things, all the big things, all the little things that I feel are stacking up to making this basically unusable. If you need to get hours at work, if you need to, kill a project with time, hey, this might be the app for you. So you're going to go here, you're going to say open with, and you could do any of these, but we're not in V5, right? But you could, right? So you got to go more apps. Go over here, and now we're back to this. So you scroll down, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Oh, past it. Get to part design. Don't click it. Holy crap, don't click it, because then it'll go wrong. You got to come over here, find the one you want to open. I think this is the last one I did in the, yeah, it's probably this one. In the previous video that I didn't do because it was screwed up. Check it, then hit part design, and then it should open your part. So let's see what happens. Ooh, we're launching. Loading a part. This is exciting. Oh, here we go. This looks good. If you get this, this seems to be a pretty good sign that something is going on, and there we go. Okay, so that is the way that you have to open up a part in 3DExperience, in this CATIA version, whatever you want to call this. Now I have a small list that I created for this video. I have already done a lot of it to this. So right here, what you're looking at right now is not the default work environment, and I made a lot of changes. So what I'll do, I really didn't want to create a new user account and set everything back and do it all over again. So I'll just show you quickly what I did, because the first part of this is pretty much just the look. How do you want this to look? So the default is a lot more gray. It's just plain and gray. And they have this, so when I'm highlighting and selecting, they opt for this kind of glow translucent look that was, I wasn't fond of. So I went ahead and I set it back. Now, if you do want to set preferences on here, let me show you how you go about that. I know, I'll try to get to making parts, but honestly, they're mostly the same as they've ever been. If you come up here, you have some things, right? And so you go here, preferences, and then you have these arrows. They seem to have a lot of arrows again here that don't really, a lot of things don't quite act as you expect. So you come over here and you hit the arrow, and then you get this. It's not like it actually slides out like you would expect. So we've got legacy preferences, customized standards, context toolbar. The standards and customize used to be up in the menu over here before. Legacy preferences are, when they show up here, you'll see the settings that you're used to from the old. They just again got a little bit different look, but for most of you probably that have dug around in here, this would be familiar. Okay, and so some of the stuff I'm going to do that I have done, I changed in here, because for selected elements I was used to, liked, convenient to me, the selected elements were always kind of in orange. When you click a line, they made them glowy blue. It was blue, but it has again, like it has like an outer glow to it, if you will, right? And then you can poke around some more, and there's a handful of other things that I had to do. And then again, you go down in here to mechanical, you can go into Sketcher, and there's some other stuff that I had to do here as well, okay? Now, I want to show you this, though, that if you come up here, this preferences itself is a button. So it's not that this is preferences and the preferences are underneath this arrow. You have to, well, you should know that you could actually click this. And I think that this is kind of what they're calling their new, hence the other ones being legacy, all right? I don't really know what is wrong with the other ones, but they wanted to change the look. This is not the look. There we go. So they collapse all, and you're faced with all of this stuff here, and then you have to poke around and find what you need. You can expand all, and that's helpful. One of the first things, though, that I did is you go through here and you go to colors, and when you get to the color scheme, I've kind of changed, I guess apparently it went to custom because I did something over in legacy, but you can change it to V5. The default is 3DExperience black, I believe. So anyways, I changed it over there, right? This is also under legacy, but it's down under infrastructure, I think. Okay. Another thing I found that was nice that I did as well is I changed the line type. I knocked it down a size because, again, by default things were very bold. And I think that might be basically it. Oh, I did have to change the background color because even with changing it over to V5, it didn't have a good color. Now, as far as aesthetics go versus functionality, I do kind of feel that, you know, we've done over the years a lot of screwing around, changing colors in CATIA, trying to make it better, you know, because it never really felt that the colors were quite right. So you change the colors and you make new things happen, and then you go to do something, and sure enough, boy, that color's not as good. As in, like, the sketch gets hidden because you chose too dark of a background or something. So over time, I feel that it's a pretty good background. At least I'm used to it, right? Oh, look at this. I think we can straighten this up a little bit here. So the compass is black again, and it looks kind of... Let's go back to here. Yeah, that's interesting. So it saves that as part of the part, apparently, because my new part over here, it went back to white. And it's a little bit smaller and not quite as tessellated, I guess, or jagged, or bold, really. But anyways, all that's just an aesthetic. Go ahead and change everything to your heart's content, and then move on. Then I guess I'll go over here to the specification tree next. It's basically about the same as you would imagine it would be, but by default, you don't see it. And so you kind of wonder, you know, did they get rid of the specification tree? No, it's there. It's just F3. It's hidden. What they did do, though, is they made this thing up here. Look at this. And look down here. It's this whole column, right? I don't know why this is. Is it because it is kind of a web interface and this is a table over here that you're sliding? Some CSS thing, and they couldn't figure out how to put it in? I don't really know. But it's irritating mildly, because see, look. You can't just grab this and move this anywhere. I guess you could... What happens if I drag it into the part? Could you just drag it over here and leave it there, and then you could just drag the tree wherever you want? Look. Okay. So you see? See what I mean? That's sort of different. You can still click on the tree and zoom it in and out as usual. Part goes gray. Click a branch, and it comes back. Now, another thing I want to show you is, as far as the interface goes, is over here. So you have our compass in the corner. It's a little bit fancier looking. And then we've got this little shard, this little sliver of something right down here. And what the hell? You know, I don't know. Why did they make this? That's so seemingly random. What that is, this is your visible world, your hidden world. Swap. There, did you see that? This is a swap visible space. So you click this, and there's all our hidden stuff. You come back here, you click it again, and then we're back. So it's over there. I'm not really sure why. They have a bunch of things down here on this ribbon, and you can go to view, and I haven't looked really closely, but maybe it's in there as well. But I've noticed that, you know, there's not a lot of things under view that you would think, all the normal stuff. which I think then is a good segue to just go right back into making a thing. So I'm going to leave this one be. I'm going to close it, but when I close it, I want to save it, right? Of course you do. Of course you want to save it. So you come down here, and here's your cut, your copy, paste, and where the hell is save? So what they've done is they've just ditched the save button, and you just have to know Control S. As far as I can tell, I can't find it anywhere. You know, I hit Essentials, Model. Nah, I don't see it anywhere, right? So if you hit Control S, watch, I think it's over here and or down there. All objects are already saved. Okay, good. So it's already saved. I feel free to close it, or I can close it. When you first start with this program and you make something and you go, well, maybe it'll just save, and you hit Control S and you save it, it saves. But until you know this, and come on, you can do it. That's pretty typical, that swirl. It'll come here, and until you know about creating spaces or where these are and how to go get it, you'll save it, but you won't know where it's at. Also, if you want to give it a name, you're going to have to come over here, and you're going to have to go to Properties. Yeah, I knew I shouldn't have clicked on that. And you're going to have to go here and give it a name like this. You don't get asked for a name when you save it. It has to be done over here. Okay, then. So now we have a brand new part. We're ready to go. We're going to go make some stuff. So everything from here on out is mostly, normal. Anybody that knows any CAD program can probably figure out just about any other CAD program. So you look down here, here's Sketch. And I have noticed, though, that it always does a position sketch. You can click here, and then you say Sketch, and you can position if you want. So that's probably okay, because just combine the two. It'll either just do it the way that it is or allow you to, orient it how you like. But there's this thing. You see this? It does this all the time. I don't know. I don't like that. It seems weird. Lots of programs are doing that too. So I'm going to click the XY plane and give it a second, because it's got to sit there and think. That's a little bit slower than normal as well. And then here we are. The grid is a little bit different color. And now we can start making things. A little bit more, whatever exciting look here on that. I haven't tried doing that before. Didn't do crap. It just snaps back. I'm not really sure what that's for. Anyways, so we go here and let's make a circle. So we click our circle tool. We come over here and it snaps as normal. But let me tell you this. When you first start, it will be snapping to point, snap to grid, right? All over the place, like CATIA does when it's right from the start. So then you go, oh, okay, well, I got to turn that off. Where the hell is that? Sketch, no. Standard, no. View, it's got to be under View. And oh, yeah, here we go. Here's some stuff with the grid. And wait, no, that just shows and hides the grid. Can I right-click on it? No, I can't do that. How about this? Nope, that's diagnostics. This is your geometrical dimensional constraints stuff. They have some drop-out menus here, none of which that I can find so far, I just opened more crap up there, are snap to point. So I was kind of freaking. I was thinking, oh my God, they're going to make me use snap to point all the time, and all of my part models are now going to be in divisions of 10 millimeters. But what you're going to do is you're going to come up here, go to Preferences, go to Legacy Preferences again. This is why I went to Sketch, and there's your snap to point. So you got to go like this, click to get rid of that. Wow. Okay. Then let's see, what was I doing here? So we'll go to Sketch, we'll make a circle, lock it to the center here, bring it out. Everything is pretty much the norm. Kind of would have been nice if they would have dropped out a constraint, like is the kind of norm nowadays, but they don't. So you come here to Constraints. Could have been nice if, D for dimension, can't do that. So we'll go here, grab a constraint, put this on here. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to change that too, because constraints are in black now. I'd rather they be green. So say you want 100 millimeters, that's fine. Can see this is a little bit hard to see. I'm used to the green. We can go to Preferences, I'm sure, somewhere and change that. The default ISO constrained is, I think it's something different. I can't remember what the color is. I had to change that also. Okay. So then, E for extrude? No. You got to exit app. Did you catch that? Exit app. What the flippin' flip? So then go to pad down here. It's already selected. Wait for a little bit. Now they do have some arrows here. If you can get your hands on them, you can grab this and you can drag it up and down. That's okay. That one kind of works visually, not as good as Fusion. And there's our familiar part. Again, I also changed the color of the default model. Now if I want to add a fillet, they're over here. No hotkeys. Wait, click, hit, and now if you want, you could zoom in here and you could grab that arrow right there and you can slide it in and make it bigger or smaller, but it still doesn't show you it happening in real time. So you really just might as well just come here like normal and hit that. I've got a pretty good computer, you know, pretty okay. I think it's about 4 years old. 4 years old. i7, NVIDIA GeForce 900 something or whatever. A decent, pretty darn good, you know, gaming video card, right? Just about every time you'll notice when I'm clicking on something, you get a swirl for a moment. It seems to be kind of choking on a lot of everything, you know. Oh, but you know, it's CATIA though. It's 3DExperience. It's a pretty huge system. Like, no, I'm making a lump, you know. It should be a little bit quicker. All the rest of your tools are still down here. We can do that. There's our shell. You can click on the face here. You can go back into Sketch and, you know, continue doing all the things that you do. Are you gonna snap? Oh yeah, there we go. And then from here, it gets to be pretty okay, you know. I mean, it's more or less the same. Probably. Oh, we should open the tree. Always open the tree. Open the tree. Then from here on out, everything is still pretty much the same. There's one small little, kind of little, not so little to me complaint that I've got left at least. These drop-ups menus that they have here, I can't tear them off. I can't tear my toolbars off like I used to be able to. I can't bring them around, you know? And I know that was a complaint of so many people, you know, that this place was cluttered and it was hard to find everything. But I feel like every single time that somebody said that, it was because they didn't know how to set the toolbars back. They didn't know how to go to customize and reset toolbars and environment and all of that. And they weren't comfortable just grabbing things and dragging them out, and they made mistakes, and oh my God, it was tragic. And I really liked it. I liked being able to move my toolbars around to set them up for the part. So I don't know if you guys use it this way or think about it this way, but I stopped really early and tried to dissuade everybody from doing this as well, creating a perfect user environment. And you put all your toolbars right where you go, everywhere. We'd have students in class, they come in and go, oh my God, my toolbars are all gone. I spent so much time trying to get them all where they want. I had them perfect. And I'm like, no, you didn't have them perfect. You had them perfect for these parts that you were making. And then once you got into some other part that you started to make, guess what? You don't need those things anymore, and you want other types of things. And then that's why your work field area starts getting so cluttered. You need to just set everything back and start dragging things out that you need and just get kind of used to it. And that was normal, and I liked it, right? But now we can't do that. And so, yeah, that's a bit of, of a problem for me. I'm really kind of bugged about that. I guess I will probably get used to it. So anyways, so say I want to do a couple more things here, and then I'll just kill this video off here. Maybe I want to do a project. Well, that's hanging out right down over here. What do we got? We still got all the other stuff. Intersect, project silhouette edges, canonical silhouette edges, offset. Oh, offset and isolate are hiding inside of there. Yeah, they weren't there before, right? So we just go project that. And if I want to make them construction element, I should be able to click that while I'm here and hit OK. Click on the background, turn off construction element. Let's say I want to do a rectangle. So I'll come over here and I'll snap it to those places. Click here, grab this point right there and control select that. And oh, that was nice. I wasn't used to that. So let's try that again. Hit this, we'll get that, and then we can go straight to constraints. It's a little bit nicer. Right click coincidence. And then this one right here should still be stuck there. And we could go, oops, don't want that there. Is that a right click menu? Can I just make that come out? No, that's all just other crap. So I come down here, hit this, dimension that out, 40, and Come on. Okay. That's funny. It goes black, and for some reason I think it's like stuck thinking. So anyways, so now it turns green, and it's ISO constrained. So that part all seems swell. Anything else to look at in here? Quick trim, all your trim features are under there. So everything looks like it's okay. And we'll exit. There it is. Exit app, not exit workbench. It's going to continue to bug me. And then we can go ahead and do whatever we want, right? So anyways, that was just my quick look at 3DExperience. I will probably do some little videos down the way. Maybe I'll just use it for some CATIA videos again, because I know I haven't done a CATIA video in a very long time, and a lot of people found those pretty helpful. Can I just pick through edges? Nope, you can't pick through walls. Oh, how about Selection Navigator? Oh, good, we got pre-Selection Navigator still. Only for surfaces. God dang, you guys. So maybe I'll try to do some more down the road, and I'll just try to do it in 3DExperience. Give me a good excuse to keep using it and trying to get comfortable with it, because I can tell that this is going to be a bit of a challenge for me, because Fusion 360 is so good. It can do almost everything, and I'm starting to get a little bit, I don't know, rusty or something like that in CATIA. Do I need to use it? Can I make everything go in Fusion 360? Maybe, right? Maybe that'll be the direction that we go. So anyways, I hope that was interesting to you guys. That was just a quick little look at what's going on with the new environment. Most of the people that I talk to that work professionally in the field, in automotive and aerospace and such, they're not going to 3DExperience yet. They have factions that are working in it, but the brunt of them are sticking with V5. Matter of fact, aerospace, there's still people that work in V4 and paper drawings, because we have to. Okay. Anyways, thanks everybody.